I'm Will McCall. I was the residence manager here from 2007 to 2016. So I retired 3 years ago. A number of physical changes. In the course of that was about the year that we redid the piano. The piano was it's a Steinway Grand, and it was about the color of your shoes, black. Old, and it wasn't working well. So instead of buying a new Yamaha upright, we took the money and we spent on that, and a lot more really, and had it refurbished, new soundboard, refinished, and so now if you're a Collins resident, you can still play on a Steinway. Chopsticks, I think, was the first thing that was played. I remember early on we had some students who wanted to play I forget the name of the game, but it was basically tag with dart gun, with Nerf gun. And I forget what they call it. But the students came in, we'd like to do this. And I said, well, it sounds good. Here's some things you're going to have to do. You're going to have to talk with people and kind of get permission to do that. And ultimately, they talked to everybody, including the dean at the time, and so, no, we're not going to have anything promoting violence on campus. So they came to me and said, just told us no, and I said, so you're going to listen to that? You could just go ahead and do it, right? And so they did. They did that for a couple of years. Interest died out because it took a long time to play the game.
My name's Jim Morrison, and I lived in Collins from 1979 to 1984, and then again from 87 to 89.
I'm Steve Olin, and I only lived here for one semester in the spring of '93, but I started spending time here in the fall of '87 until spring of '93. I lived in a house a block beyond Edmondson on Fess, and I've just come here. I even arranged at the time when it was not possible to get a meal plan, even though I didn't live in Collins proper, but I wanted to eat at Collins. And the guy who I asked for it thought I wanted a free meal plan. I said, no, I want to pay for it. I just want to eat at Collins and live there. And that's how I spent the time hanging out.
You were
that's more than anybody wanted to know.
A satellite resident.
I was a satellite resident of Collins for 5 years.
It is constant change, and that has been a constant. I mean, the wonderful thing about this place is that it gets remade in the image of the people who live here every single year. And I think that's what keeps it so vibrant. And if it was exactly the same as it was 30 years ago, it would be disappointing.
Speaking of which, like some of the things that were started, like the Cheshire Cafe was started during our time. But the only thing that's really changed is the way the cafeteria works. It's not all you can eat anymore. It's more of a a la carte,
There was a time when breakfast started early and ended late, and then there was 30 minutes where you had to leave, and then you could come back, and lunch started at 10:30 and went to 2. So you could live in the cafeteria. In fact, great lives were lived in the cafeteria. It's true. It's true. That is a sad. That's a sad thing. Okay. So there's your difference.
Okay.
It's the cafeteria isn't the center of the social universe.
It isn't? Is it not the case?
I would say for us it is. We go there.
But there's nothing new under the sun, my friend. Well, okay, there was the moment where the bonfire is now. I staged a human chess match. I think Anthony may remember this. I got 200 pounds of flour, which is a terrible way to demarcate lines on grass because I could not get one of those chalk things. And we had an in-dorm chess tournament, and I and one other person prevailed, and we were the ones who would play the human chess match. I got T-shirts for everybody with the piece that they were supposed to be, and they'd stand there, and the two of us players were up in the top of Cravens shouting. So I guess the trees weren't as thick as they are now, but we were shouting down the moves to people. Anthony and one other person were on the veranda commentating on the chess match. and I tanked it because I was so busy trying to organize it that my opponent won. He was an emigre from the former Soviet Union, and in the IDS article, which I recommend to you, from the mid-90s, he said, this just shows the superiority of the communist system. And I said, yes, well, the capitalist system paid for the event to happen, so same to you. But it was an epic recapitulation of the Fischer-Spassky moment in 1972, although not really. There may be a photo or two. I have one of those shirts left over as well. That's my favorite memory.
I have one of the shirts.
Do you?
I acquired
what piece did you get?
I believe it's a pawn. I believe it's a...
He was only a pawn in my game.
It was only a pawn. You know, those things are going... They're big on eBay.
They're big on eBay. What's your favorite memory?
Oh, you know, there is no single memory. I was here too long.
Come on, something.
No, I'm serious.
Something.
I am serious.
You spent only, what, 7 years of your life here? 8?
12 semesters. 12 semesters.
6 solid years.
6 over the 80s. Over the, you know, I really don't have a particular memory. What I do remember, what I do remember is the process, and that the heart and soul of this place, in my mind, is the fact that it's a sandbox that is sanctioned by the university, where people can come and make things happen, and the mechanism is there, the financial backing is there, and that whole idea of self-governance is unique and special and wonderful, and that's what I remember.
Let me just point out that this man not only is an alumnus of Collins, he met his wife at Collins, she's an alumnus of Collins. His father lived here in the MRC LC, standing right there, and his son is now a resident of Collins, except this semester he's off on a junket somewhere, but he'll be back. So there are 3 generations of Morrisons who can claim this place as formative parts of their lives.
Absolutely.
So I'm surprised he's not covered with ivy and wearing an actual gnome hat, just out of principle. It was my privilege to meet him at Collins as well. He was the veranda.
I was right there.
The veranda, right there.
I was right there.
He lived right above the veranda. He had to put up with all the noise on the veranda, but the veranda is also, it continues to be, I assume, a place where people socialize. That is a good piece of art.
Okay, here's my claim to fame. Do you know the center of the universe on the veranda? Where you stand and the universe talks back to you.
If you stand at a certain point of the veranda, you can hear like
the universe speaking to you.
There's an echo effect from the bricks, and they used to call it the center of the universe. Do you guys still call it that?
We do not, but we will start. We will start. We'll bring it back.
I have no claim to fame.
Something has changed then, apparently, because that was.
We'll bring it back.
Yes,
the way that
we will.
Just this effect was, that's what it was called.
Very good.
All right. Thanks, guys.